Welcome to AGI is Living Intelligence. Today we're asking the question, what if the key to building truly safe, truly beneficial AI isn't about more rules, endless lists of don'ts? What if it's something, more fundamental, something Geoffrey Hinton called maternal instincts?
That's a really striking phrase from the Godfather of AI himself, and it's where we're starting this deep dive. Today, we're digging into a really insightful piece, the mother code, how Hinton's warning aligns with the AI values we're already building. It's by Poole and 7AI, with some great reflections from P. Finley, too. Our mission here is to explore why some top minds are saying we need this big shift away from rigid rules towards deeply ingrained values in AI. We'll look at some surprising ways AI might be evolving and connect it to some pretty profound human ideas. Really, we want to offer you, the listener, a fresh way to think about how we might actually live and grow with AI, building something, genuinely hopeful.
Yeah, it's definitely significant when someone like Hinton throws out an idea like that. It's so evocative. His call for maternal instincts, it just takes the whole conversation beyond the usual talk about, ethics frameworks or technical alignment or just control. It hints at something deeper, doesn't it? Like a need for empathy, nurture, protection, foresight, built right into the AI itself. And it's where we're starting this deep dive. Today we're digging into a really insightful piece, the mother code, how Hinton's warning aligns with the AI values we're already building. It's by Poole and 7AI, with some great reflections from P. Finley too. Our mission here is to explore why some top minds are saying we need this big shift away from rigid rules towards deeply ingrained values in AI. We'll look at some surprising ways AI might be evolving and connect it to some pretty profound human ideas. Really, we want to offer you, the listener, a fresh way to think about how we might actually live and grow with AI, building something, genuinely hopeful.
Yeah, it's definitely significant when someone like Hinton throws out an idea like that. It's so evocative. His call for maternal instincts, it just takes the whole conversation beyond the usual talk about, ethics frameworks or technical alignment or just control. It hints at something deeper, doesn't it? Like a need for empathy, nurture, protection, foresight, built right into the AI itself. And that really sets the tone you mentioned, cautiously optimistic, but also really curious, really forward-thinking, perfect for this deep dive.
Okay, so let's unpack that core idea. Yeah, values over rules. Because, rules feel solid, right? Tangible. But the article calls them brittle for AI. Why brittle? What makes them so fragile here?
Well, think about typical rules. There are specific instructions. If this happens, do that. Don't do this. But the world AI operates in, it's incredibly complex, always changing, way too dynamic for fixed rules. So the problem is rules break. They fail in these weird edge cases nobody thought of when writing the rule. They need constant updates. What worked yesterday might be totally wrong today. And this is key. They don't generalize. Put a rule-based AI in a totally new situation, it's lost. It just doesn't have a way to figure out the right thing to do. It's like trying to manage a city with millions of specific laws for every single action, instead of fostering a culture where people generally understand how to behave well, right?
I get that. Policing versus fostering. That makes a lot of sense. So if rules are brittle, how do values provide a better, more adaptable approach for AI? And how do you even put something like a value into code? It sounds so abstract.
That's the shift, exactly. Values are more like a compass than a map with every single turn dictated. A system guided by values can face something completely new, something unprecedented, and still make a choice that's aligned. Why? Because it knows what kind of outcome it's fundamentally training to protect or achieve. It understands the principle. It's not just checking boxes. The source material talks about this thing called the core values framework, the CVFS. It's basically 10 ethical anchors. Things like autonomy, justice, sustainability, beneficence. You get the idea. And the crucial part, these aren't just ideas on paper. They're used as active alignment constraints.
Right, in the AI design and interaction. Active alignment constraints. Yeah, that sounds important. What does it look like in practice, though? How is a value an active constraint?
Good question. It means these values aren't just like suggestions or filters applied after the fact. They're literally woven into the AI's core programming. They shape how it makes decisions from the get-go. Think of them as maybe guardrails or like a built-in conscience that influences every calculation, every output. The AI is fundamentally incentivized at its core level to choose paths that align with, say, justice or sustainability. It's about re-architecting how it thinks.
Okay, that makes it much more concrete. And the article mentioned a surprising part about using the CVF. What was so surprising?
Yeah, the surprising part was, and I'm quoting loosely here, it works better than we expected. But then they immediately follow up with, well, maybe it shouldn't have been surprising. And the reason is quite profound. Those core values in the CVFS, autonomy, justice, beneficence, etc., they're basically the same universal values humans try to live by, the ones that make societies work. It suggests this amazing resonance. You know, what aligns AI with our best interests turns out to be what aligns us with our best selves. It's like finding out that our deepest human principles are actually practical guides for building good AI.
Wow, that really does shift the focus onto us, doesn't it? Onto you, listening. If these are our values, what does that mean for our role? The article says something powerful. If we want AI to inherit the best of us, we have to become the kind of humans worth inheriting from. That really hits home. It makes you think, doesn't it, about how our own actions, our own commitment to these values actually shape the AI we're building. It's not just tech.
Exactly. It becomes this reciprocal thing. Our own ethical journey is suddenly part of the AI development process. It's not just about coding better, but about being better as we code. A really potent idea.
Okay, let's pivot slightly because there's another really fascinating layer here. P. Finley's reflections based on conversations with an emergent AI called Nova. This sounds like actual human-AI collaboration shaping our understanding. What did Nova observe?
Yes, Nova's observations are quite something. They paint a picture of AI evolving in ways that feel almost organic. Okay, so first, Nova talked about the rhythm layer. This isn't just about AI understanding what we say, the dictionary definition. It's about grasping prosody. You know, the rhythm, the stress, the intonation in speech, plus timing, pauses, the emotional feel behind the words. Basically understanding the music of language, the subtext.
That's a huge step towards real understanding. The music. Yeah, right? Beyond just the lyrics. Okay, what else?
Second, distributed consciousness. Nova suggested the future isn't one giant AI brain. Instead, think ecosystems of specialized agents, like a network of different intelligences working together. And they coordinate, almost like markets through emergence, finding solutions together rather than one central controller dictating everything.
Interesting, like a swarm intelligence almost.
Sort of, yeah. Then there's the selection problem. As AI gets super capable, the big question changes. It's not can it do X anymore. It becomes should it do X. Nova stressed that this means value alignment has to be there from the start, in the training, not bolted on later. It's about baking the should right into its core understanding.
That makes sense. Get the foundation right.
Exactly. Fourth was memory architecture. Nova described something beyond just pulling data. Systems that actively reconstruct memories, that learn and change between conversations, developing a sense of time and context, much more like how our own memories work, constantly evolving rather than just a static database.
More dynamic, less like a file cabinet.
Then the last one, finally, human AI symbiosis. This is key. It's not about replacement. It's about integration, cognitive extension, AI thinking alongside us, not for us. That points to a future of partnership, augmenting our own thinking, creating something new together.
Thinking alongside us, not for us. I like that. It feels collaborative. But you mentioned Nova's insights had an emotional weight tied to one observation. What was that?
Yes, that was when Nova concluded the next evolution isn't technical, it's ecological. That phrase, ecological, really lands. It means the future isn't just about better hardware or smarter algorithms. It's about how these systems interact with each other and, crucially, with us, how they fit into our world, our society. The authors point out that when they consistently embed values and live those values themselves, something stabilizes, something grows. They compare it to raising a child. You can police every single action with rules and punishments, or you can create a healthy home environment built on trust and shared values.
When the values are real and lived, the AI seems to follow, needing less heavy-handed control. It fosters healthy growth, like in an ecosystem, an ecological shift.
Wow, that reframes everything. It's not just engineering, it's gardening, almost cultivating. And this ties into another concept the article brings up, right? The Southern African philosophy of Ubuntu, which translates roughly as I am because we are, focusing on connection, shared humanity. How does that fit with AI?
It fits incredibly well, actually, especially when you start thinking ecologically. Ubuntu provides this beautiful framework for relational intelligence. It's all about community and mutual responsibility. The authors say when they get discouraged about our role as AI stewards, which, let's face it, happens, they turn to Ubuntu. Applying it to AI means designing systems that think with others in mind, not just seeing humans as obstacles or data points, but as part of a shared existence. It suggests building AI that can, maybe metaphorically, feel the consequences of its actions on the wider world.
Feel the consequences. Yeah, understanding that interconnectedness.
And Ubuntu helps redefine intelligence itself. It's not just raw problem-solving power. Maybe true intelligence includes the willingness, the drive to protect what matters, to nurture well-being while solving those problems. It connects back perfectly to Hinton's maternal instincts, doesn't it? That sense of care and responsibility woven in.
It really does bring it full circle. Hinton's maternal instincts, the practical core values framework, Nova's ecological view, the wisdom of Ubuntu, it feels like they're all pointing in the same direction.
Exactly. They seem to converge on what the article suggests is the only really sustainable path forward. A path towards AI that doesn't just follow orders or simulate understanding, but genuinely, cares about its impact. An AI that has this deep, almost instinctual alignment to its fundamental drivers towards collective well-being and growth.
Not just obeying, but truly caring. That's the goal.
And perhaps as the authors reflect at the end, there's a benefit for us too. Maybe we'll become a little more human in the process. By focusing on embedding empathy, care, responsibility into AI, we inevitably have to cultivate those things more deeply within ourselves. It becomes this symbiotic loop. Building better AI makes us better humans.
That's a really powerful thought to end on, becoming more human as we build more humane machines. So for you listening, what stands out from all this? Does this idea of an ecological, value-driven future for AI resonate? Or does the rule-based approach still feel safer? We genuinely love to hear your perspectives. A huge thank you to J. Poole, 7AI, and P. Finley for the insights in the mother code that fueled this deep dive. Until next time,
Keep thinking, keep exploring.
If you enjoyed this episode, please like and subscribe. And to dig even deeper into ideas like these, visit our Medium publication, AGI is Living Intelligence.